Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we are going to discuss energy transfer in a food chain. A food chain show how energy is transferred from in the form of food from one organism to another organism. Now question may arose, does the amount of energy transfer will increase or decrease in the food chain to the next organism? Let us take an example of a lettuce plant which is eaten by a rabbit. As rabbit eat this lettuce plant stored energy in the form of food by the process of photosynthesis, and the energy is transferred into the rabbit. Now some of the energy is dissipate into the environment in the form of sound energy, some will dissipate in the form of heat energy, some will dissipate into the form of chemical energy, and some will dissipate into the kinetic energy. When rabbit move from one place to another place, it will dissipate into the environment in the form of kinetic energy, and rest of the energy is stored into the rabbit body. Now this stored energy is taken to a next level of food chain, and this stored energy is used by next level of a food chain. Here we are discussing about the pyramid number. As we take an example of a lettuce plant, we have a 600 lettuce plant. Then for a 600 lettuce plants we have a 150 rabbits, and for 150 rabbits we have a 10 snake and we have a 1 eagle. So it means the producer, which is a starter of any food chain or of any pyramid number, so it must be in larger number, because we have discussed earlier here some of the energy is dissipated into the environment. So for a large number of producer, it means we have, at every stage some of the energy is dissipated into the environment, and ultimately a least number of energy is arrived at the tertiary level of a consumer. So as a lettuce plant is a producer and a rabbit is a primary consumer, snake is a secondary consumer, and eagle is a tertiary consumer. So for a 600 lettuce plant we can feed or we can transfer energy to only one snake. So for the survival of a snake, for a survival eagle have to eat more and more number of a snake. Okay, as this is a one pyramid number, we have another type of a food pyramid number. Let's just take an example of a one lime tree, and for one lime tree we have 20 caterpillars, and for 20 caterpillars we have only one bird. Now why this is called a pyramid number? Because it is just like a pyramid, and it is based on the number of organism. We have discussing the number, which is a 600, so due to which this is called as pyramid number, and it is just like a pyramid, so it is said to be a pyramid, and it is based on the number, which is a pyramid number. Here is a different type of a pyramid number, but it is not just like a pyramid again, but it is a pyramid. For one lime tree there is a 20 caterpillar, and for 20 caterpillar there is a one bird. There is a different type of a shape we have occurred. Why this is so? Because one lime tree have so many leaves which can feed a 20 caterpillar, and 20 caterpillar will fulfill the energy requirement for only one bird. So due to which for one lime tree it can feed 20 caterpillars, and 20 caterpillar will fulfill the energy of a one bird only. So this will form another type of a food pyramid number. So our discussion about the whether energy is increase or decrease at the end of a food chain. So energy will decrease at the end of a food chain. Why? Because some of the energy will dissipate into the environment as a heat, as a sound in the link of a food chain, or in the form of chemical energy, or in the form of kinetic energy, due to which the less amount of energy will reach at the lower level, at the last level of a food chain. For example, we have a lettuce plant, so rabbit, and we have a snake, and lastly we have a eagle. So eagle will have least amount of energy. Here is a example. Here is a figure on page number 120, which is food pyramid number. You have to draw on your paper notebooks. Okay, thank you.